Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Sri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tinamine Namaste Sarasate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschata Deshatarine Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Adaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Adaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gora Haribo 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 Nitai Gora Haribo Hare Krishna Kamaniya Krishna Prabhu, dear Prabhus and mothers, thank you for joining. Let us begin with our Mangala Charan. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Genanjana Shalakaya Chakshuro Militam Jena Chakshur Sri Guruve Namah Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadam Hayam Dadati Shapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Pada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavangsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanitangsha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tinamine Namaste Sarasate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschat Deshatarine Vancha kalpatarubhesya kripa sindhu vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo 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 Mahabhadanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Nam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanto Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusuti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Bhakta Vihinaya Paradalakshe Shiptasya Kamadi Tarangamadde Kripa Tam Saranam Prapanna Brinde Namaste Charanarabindam Brinde Namaste Charanarabindam Brinde Namaste Charanarabindam Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama. So dear devotees, we have completed chapter 9. Now we are on chapter 10. As we understand that when we hear Bhagavad Gita, we get ideas and it enters through the ear proportion to our conscious acceptance we hold in the heart. How much we believe, how much we understood, we can hold in our heart. When you hold, what's supposed to happen? So I'll discuss few minutes and then we'll begin our chapter 10. As I mentioned before, understanding means, as Srila Prabhupada says, standing under, means under by the mercy of Guru Krishna. We can assimilate. On our own, not possible. Dibba Gyan Ride Prakashita Adi Kavaye Mohayanti Jat Suraya. Heart means thinking, willing, feeling. When you think what you heard, that means it's entering into the heart and contemplating. Then willing to, after acknowledging, you are willing to act on that platform. At that time, you can say realize knowledge, or you can say actually knowledge entered in your heart. But it is a cultivation. Cultivation means you have to reflect again and again and again, constant. This way, our consciousness will be elevated to the pure goodness, and then we will be able to hold it forever. Knowledge is something we receive as a receptor. When first idea comes, then the movement of the mind, and then body follows. That is called ideal realism. First, we get the idea to do something when we hear, oh, if I chant, I'll be protected from the wrath of Kali. Okay, I think I'm going to chant. So you get the idea. And then you see your heart moves by that idea. And then you apply, you start chanting, or you start hearing, or you start acting on that. Then it's realized knowledge. And then you further cultivate, then it elevates the consciousness. Or you can say heart is holding it. So idea leads us. Now, if it is a bad idea, now if it's a good idea about Bhagavad Gita, then it's correct. If it's bad idea, you can also cut that idea into pieces by the sword of intelligence. Before the idea turn into action. As a human body, we have that capacity and we must do. If we don't do, then, if you research all the suffering, all the incompleteness, even in spiritual growth, is that our conscious acceptance is lacking. We are not completely convinced. We are putting a logic. Okay, I will surrender, but what am I getting? Yes, surrender means like this. Yeah, but how far I should do it or how long? We are always putting some logic, reasoning. We are not completely sold, or we are not completely putting faith in it. So second part after we hear. So this is called knowledge is something you hear, you receive, and how it activates. Second part is how do you develop a perspective? Your vision changes. Your perspective changes. By the mercy of Guru, chapter 4, we already discussed, now we are chapter 10, that we have to remain humble. Humble means identify ourselves always as a servant of Srila Prabhupada, or servant of the servant of Srila Prabhupada, like that. No other identity, no bodily identity or mental identity, but servant of the Vaishnavas. So humbleness will enable our teachers, Guru, to show us what is required for us. If I'm not humble, I will not get guidance from within or outside, from Prabhupada or his followers. Not possible. So humbleness is must, you can say. And then also pariprasna means inquisitiveness. When does it stop? Is there a time like I'm completely peaceful? No, there is no such thing. Now, this is a impersonalist concept that you become like completely lost, like go to deep sleep. That's impersonalism idea. Actually, higher than peacefulness is activation as a servant. You're busy. Hanumanji, busy, 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 busy. And he's happy. He doesn't want anything else. You give him billion, trillion facility more than the seva to Lord Ram. He's not interested. He's busy. Someone may say, well, he's not peaceful. Yes, he's peaceful. Inside. Antaranistha. Antar. Inside. Bhajye Visha Jalamai, Bhitare Anandamai, Krishna Premer Adbhuta Charit. Characteristics of Krishna Prem manifest in our life right now in this world. That externally we are trying to refute Darwin's or evolutionary theory, but internally we are serving Radha Krishna, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. We are evoking affection for the Lord. So that's internal and external. We have two types of. Externally, people may see that we are not so peaceful as a devotee. Like Prabhupada is always busy, 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 busy. Either he's translating or conversing, or he's always busy. And every preachers are busy. Busy is better than peacefulness, because peace is like Santa. It's like three types of Santa: Satya, Shuddha, and Santa. So the four Kumars, they are also Santa, they are not busy. But they were not helping Brahmaji. That doesn't mean they are better than Brahmaji because they are peaceful. No. Seva is required. So if we when we remain humble and inquisitive, then this pariprasna will enable us to start seeing his inner perspective, seeing the way ourselves, or you can say internalizing. What is the reality? Reality is all for Krishna. It is I create separate interest. I think, well, I'm going to surrender, I'll chant, but I'll do as I want to see and grow. But when you come to the ultimate point, ultimately, supreme reality is Krishna for himself, of himself, by himself. If I can align myself, give myself completely also for himself, I will find highest aspect of myself in that. That is required. That is required. Then you will not be disturbed anymore. But so long the influence of separate interest is there, it's difficult. We hear surrender, but cannot act all the time. And the third part is that do something practical every day, service to Bhagavan. Service is the key to enter into spiritual domain. Otherwise, not possible. Eternally, we are connected with the Lord. We have a rightful, you can say, ownership to claim, my Lord, please, I'm your servant. And when we have that service attitude, servant service mindedness, that will enable each of us to move along in the progression, move along with our Guru, move along with Srila Prabhupada. So these 3 steps is very important. If I'm not humble, Prabhupada will not show me the way. So I don't know. If I am humble, then I'll say, please tell me. And he will communicate through his leaders, through his sincere followers. So these are very important. Then only what is required is a conviction. What you will die for, what you will give up your life for, who you sacrifice your life for. That is required. Everybody has to sacrifice. Without surrender, there is no real entrance in spiritual domain. So what you will die for, if you ask that question? Jasanto antagato papam jananam punna karmana. We already finished that in chapter 7, text 28. Tedanda mohanir mukta bhajante mam dhiraprata. You can really serve Krishna full-fledged when you have a conviction. How do you get determination, conviction? Determination when our mind is pure. How do you get your mind pure? When your activities are pure. Like how do you eat? What kind of, is it always prasadam? How is your mating? How is your sleeping? How is your defending? So when we all have these 4 activities are pure, then you will have a pure mind, sattvic life. You will have the determination. And to maintain determination, when heart is, fertile ground, you sow the seed of Guru, Prabhupada's instruction, you growing, then has to have a sattvic life, sattvic life. Sattvic life will keep our goal intact and our progression with a risk. Without risk, there is no progress. If you really think, Prabhu's and Mother, I would like to hear from you. If you really think very deeply, if you don't take risk, you do not progress. Progress means you accepting new selection. I'm going to chant, I was chanting 60 now, I'm going to chant 25 rounds every day. Okay, maybe not jumping to 25. I'll chant every Ekadashi 25. How about every day I'll chant 18 rounds? Another 15 minutes? Is that achievable? Yes. Is that measurable? Yes. Provided I have a sattvic life and I have a good determination, conviction, then you can slowly, one step at a time. Krishna says in 7.25, not everybody knows him. Then he's saying, I'm not in illusion. The living entities are in illusion. Living entities are in illusion. In illusion. I'm not in illusion. So then how can they will come out? How we will come out? That's also revealed by Krishna. So Krishna is telling over, yeah, if they give up these sinful activities, I mean this 4 regulative principle is so important, then they will get pious, steady mind. Then they will come to a position, they will do my bhakti with conviction and determination. Evam brata sapriya nama kirta jato narago dhruta chitta ucci. Harshati roti luditi, no. Evam brata priya nama kirta jato narago dhruta chitta ucci. Harshati atha ruditi, yes, roti, unmada gayati, unmada varana nityati lokavachi. 11 to 14. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quoted this when he was visiting South India. He met different sampradaya. And one sampradaya, bona fide Gauriya, Vaishnava sampradaya. He met Bhai Virjo, the head of the Madhya Sampradaya, Sri Ramanuja Sampradaya group also. Mahaprabhu asked, what is your goal? Moksha. Moksha. Moksha is supposed to be via media, not ultimate goal. Mahaprabhu quoted this verse. Isn't you supposed to be joyful? You cannot control yourself with so blissful. Then he quoted, Evam brata sapriya nama kirta jato anuraga druta chitta ucci. So the Acharya, by which he accepted, yes, you are right. But Mahaprabhu says, I see you have a moksha in your goal, in your sampradaya. This is not exactly ultimate goal. So anyway, they accepted, they understood that the concept, that liberation. I hope in ISKCON everybody got that point. Liberation is not our goal. Liberation is just, actually, ultimately, liberation means muktir hitta annatha rupam surupeno vyavasthiti. Muktir hitta annatha rupam, which is not pleasing Krishna through service, then all other form is useless, kicked out, or you should not accept it. That was given like this. Okay, so this is, we can stop here. Let us begin with today's subject on chapter 10. So chapter 10 started with Arjuna did not asking any question. Krishna is in ecstasy while speaking Bhakti Yoga. Chapter 9, we spent like few months. It was so contagious, so good, was good, very well. He did not need any question to proceed further. So chapter 10, we can see that 1 to 7, Krishna reveals that no one knows him, although he is the source of all. 1 to 9. And then 8 to 11, that's Chatusloki Bhagavad Gita. That's very famous. Every devotee, please memorize these 4 slokas. You can chew it every day. You can taste it every day in your mind. Just think of these 4 slokas, 8 to 11, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's some Acharya even call Chatusloki Bhagavad Gita. Whole Bhagavad Gita is in these 4 verses. Then 12 to 18, Arjuna accepts Krishna's glory and desire to hear more. Then 19 to 42, when Arjuna was, the whole Bhagavad Gita is a dialogue, question answer. When Arjuna was very eager to hear, then Krishna revealed how to know him. As I mentioned before, sometime even I had this idea like you become very advanced by running to Radha Kund or somewhere, escaping, get out of the material life, as if like you're going to jump over the material fence and that's it, I made it. It's not like that. More you pass by, and after 30, 40, 50 years practicing, you say, what is it then? Well, this is also Krishna's world. We cannot just artificially get out of here. We have to philosophically understand this world and try to serve Krishna in this world. And whatever capacity you have, whatever asset you have, so through the world, and offer everything with the world, then you will reach Krishna. Then you'll see spiritual world just open door for you to enter. So today we are going to start from text 1. Anybody, Kamaniya Prabhu, would you like to read, or anyone would like to read the first verse?
Yeah, Prabhuji, I can read.
Okay.
Thank you. Chapter 10, text 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bhuya eva mahabhaho Shume param vacha Yate priyamaya Vakshami hitakamyaya. Synonyms. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Bhuya, again, Eva, certainly, Mahabhavo, O mighty armed, Shrinu, just hear, me, my, Paramam, supreme, Vacha, instruction, let that which te, to you, aham, I, priyamanai, thinking you dear to me, vakshyami, say, hita kamaya, for your benefit. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, listen again, O mighty armed Arjun. Because you are my dear friend, for your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained. Perfect. The word Bhagwan is explained thus by Parasat Muni, one who is full in 6 opulences, who has full strength, full fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation, is Bhagwan, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. While Krishna was present on this earth, he displayed all 6 opulences. Therefore, great sages like Parasar Muni have all accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now Krishna is instructing Arjuna in more confidential knowledge of his opulences and his work. Previously, beginning with the 7th chapter, the Lord has already explained his different energies and how they are acting. Now in this chapter, he explained his specific opulences to Arjuna. In the previous chapter, he has clearly explained his different energies to establish devotion, inform conviction. Can I read one more time, Mr. Vijay? In the previous chapter, he has clearly explained his different energies to establish devotion, inform conviction. Again, in this chapter, he tells Arjuna about his manifestation and various opulences. The more one hears about the Supreme God, the more one becomes fixed in devotional service. One should always hear about the Lord in association of devotees. That will enhance one's devotional service. Discourses in the society of devotees can take place only among those who are really anxious to be in Krishna consciousness. Others cannot take part in such discourses. The Lord clearly tells Arjuna that because Arjuna is very dear to him, for his benefit, such discourses are taking place. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So let's read the translation. This is very beautiful beginning verse. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, listen again, O mighty armed Arjuna, because You are my dear friend. For your benefit, I shall speak to you further. So whose benefit? For Arjuna's benefit, Krishna will speak. For our benefit, Krishna will speak. It is not that Krishna needed. This is very important. Giving knowledge that is better than what I already explained. That means this chapter, what Krishna is going to reveal, is higher or more valuable, more important than before. Wait a minute. Then how is that? Let's see the word to word. It says, Bhuya eva, again suddenly, Mahabahu, oh, great powerful one, Mahabahu, great one. Srinu me, here, Paramambacha, supreme word. Jatte aham priyamanaya. Because you are dear, priya manaya, very dear to me. So therefore, Bhakshami, I speak hitta kamaya, for your benefit. So Krishna is speaking this chapter for Arjuna's benefit and for our benefit through Arjuna. Krishna is speaking a knowledge which is very dear to him. He is speaking to people here, devotees who are very dear to him. Who is dear to Krishna? Why in our Varnashram system, Brahmanas are higher? Why? It is not like last name or anything. It is by the quality. What is that first quality? They are eager to hear what God says. And why Sudras are considered like a low or almost border area to be outcast? Because they are not interested to hear. So anybody is interested to hear about Krishna, from Krishna or from his representative, they are called Brahmana. That's why they are dear. Namo Brahmana Devaya, Go Brahmana Hita. Hitayacha. Hitayacha means for their benefit. Why? Because they are eager to hear. So when we are eager to hear about Krishna, we are Brahmana. Brahma Janati iti Brahmana. Then when we serve Krishna, that is Vaishnava, higher than Brahmana. But without Brahmana, you cannot serve Brahmana. Because you have to know the person, then you serve it. So to know him, you develop that Brahman quality. Haridas Thakur, he was born outcast, Muslim. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Advaita Acharya made him the best chanter, powerful chanter, not only powerful chanter, pure name mantra chanter. And they made him, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Advaita Acharya made Haridas Thakur as a Acharya for the holy name, Nama Acharya. So this is very important. So it is not question of pre-qualification, where we come from, who comes from where. It's that our understanding, our conscious acceptance. How much you believe? Ask yourself. That'll be easy. How much you believe? Who is stopping you not to believe? Even if you say, well, I don't want to accept blindly, then you pray the Lord to remove the ignorance. So now Krishna is speaking. I'll speak this more to you. Krishna is speaking a knowledge which is dear to him. And who is going to reveal? Those who are dear to him. Knowledge is dear to him and the devotees are dear to him. So he's going to reveal the knowledge to the devotee. So as logic you can put in this verse. What kind of knowledge? Paramam Bacha. They are supreme words, which is knowledge of bhakti. Bhakti. It is not cutting the material attachment only. It is pleasing Krishna. Knowledge of Bhagavan. which leads to bhakti. Like on previous chapter, he said, Rajavidya Rajaguyam Prabham Bacham Uttamam. So Uttama, superior knowledge, king of knowledge, he has supreme words. Srila Prabhupada's purport, he writes, Kamaniya Prabhu just read, discourses in the society of devotee can take place only among those who are really anxious to be in Krishna consciousness. Very interesting line. So we reserve our anxiety for material things, but we are not anxious about Krishna consciousness things. Or maybe I'm not blaming any one of you, please forgive me. I'm talking to myself that we are, reserve our anxiety for material things, but what about spiritual, which is ultimate reality of us? Not only Krishna, it's also our us. Ultimately, we are connected with Krishna. Whether we believe or not doesn't matter. Fire will burn. Whether you believe fire will burn or not, that doesn't mean fire will not burn if you touch. So Krishna consciousness can be at different level. Let's put it that way. Fear, desire, duty, and love. At our level, Rupa Goswami says, Jena Kena Prakarena Mana Krishna Niveshayat. Hey, by any means, focus on Krishna. That's what Rupa Goswami says. It's a very famous verse. Prabhupada quoted that many times. By hook or by crook, think of Krishna. So this is nice. This chapter, some people feel apprehensive about studying Bhagavad Gita because it contains a lot of complicated philosophy, I would say. Yes, the Gita is a profoundly philosophical book, and it analyzes various level of yoga practice, can be intellectually, you can say, demanding. Still, its essence is not philosophically technicality. What is the essence of Bhagavad Gita? Loving reciprocity. Reciprocity, loving reciprocity. We are lover, Krishna is beloved. And proportion to we go towards that, our material journey will be ending. And Krishna invites through Bhagavad Gita, invites that reciprocal love from Arjuna and from all of us through the Zoom that we are listening. So this essential intention animates the whole Bhagavad Gita, whole Gita. It starts, middle, and end. If you look at it, actually, it's all connected. Because Gita's first instructive section, 11 to 30, who you are, indestructibility of spiritual reality. If you really think those verses, Vasangsi, Jinani, Jata Bihaya, Navani, Grinnanti, Naroha Parani, Dehinosmin, Jata Dehe, Komaram Jovanan, all talking about the soul, who you are, who you are, who you are. You belong to me, you are part of me. So Krishna speaks the philosophy of the soul out of loving concern for Arjuna. Why? To free him from lamentation. If you look at second chapter, 25 to 28 to 30, these are all like, come on, don't lament. But even after many, many years, still devotee, like sometimes they just lament for material things. And in the Gita's middle portion now, Krishna wants us to be free from lamentation. And now Krishna proclaimed Because you are dear to me. I love this verse. Because you are dear to me, I'll speak again the most confidential knowledge for your benefit. We should remember this. This disarming declaration is soon followed by Gita's 4 verses 8, 9, 10, 11, which you can say outlines how devotees affectionately offer their heart and life to Krishna. That's what we do, isn't? In our ISKCON temple, in our community, that's what we try to do. Whether you have a family or you are renounced or you are brahmachari, whatever ashram you are, according to that suits your psychophysical nature, but you are sacrificing your life to Krishna through Prabhupada and his sincere followers. And in this chapter, Krishna mercifully reciprocate and he offering us guidance, eradicating our ignorance. Gita's final chapter, Krishna reminds that 63 to 76, if you look at Arjuna's kind of like a final conclusion of Arjuna, it takes us affectionate essence to crescendo. Krishna expressed his love by acknowledging Arjuna's free will. I mentioned that verse many, many times, 1863. And then free will judicially, 1864, if you look at it, reiterating that Krishna loves Arjuna dearly and he wants his well-being. Krishna do care, each of us, whoever is realizing they're fortunate. And even if you, some of you may think like, really, how is that? I want to know how Krishna really wants and expressing his being well-wisher. He is. More you deeply think those verses I'm quoting you, 63, 64, 65, 66. And Krishna also assuring Arjuna his protection from all sinful reaction. Prabhu's mother, it's almost like impossible to give up sinful nature. So if we surrender, it will become easy. Krishna will forgive us. To really do the atonement, I mean, almost impossible. You need million life just to get rid of every reaction, little bit reaction of it. Easiest now is this surrender is difficult. I used to think actually, to be honestly, it's difficult. But actually, surrender is a normal. Surrender, the 6 folds of surrender, it's actually reality of us. Ultimate reality. Maybe not bodily reality or material reality. Yes, this is also reality. Material body, material world, vital body, physical world with the physical body. All these things, yes, there is some reality. We experience this. But ultimate reality, you belong to Krishna. And we see that when Arjuna accepts that invitation by his loving readiness to do Krishna's will, how he expressed that. Nasta moha smriti labdha tat prasadat maya achyuta. Sthitoshmi gata sandhya karishe vachanam tava. Can we say like this? Yes, my Lord, I'm ready as you wish. I'm ready to serve. That is nice. So when we focus on the love that Gita reveals and inspires, Gita study will no longer seem intellectually intimidating, but will become spiritually enlivening. I hope you all will agree. Okay, we have a few minutes. Let's read one more. Second, who would like to read? Next verse, 10th chapter, 2nd verse. Anyone? Is that Ajit Prabhu from Las Vegas?
Yes, Prabhu, it's me. I
You
was
are
going
trying.
to unmute and I was just going to volunteer to do it.
Okay.
Thank you for calling on me.
We
Hare
missed you.
Krishna.
I hope everything is okay with you.
Yes, it's okay. Thank you.
Good. Good, Prabhu. Please read.
Okay. Text number 2, chapter 10. Name vidu sura gana prabhavan na maharsaya aham adir hi devanam maharshinam cha sarvasha. Synonym: na, never, me, my, vidu, no, suragana, the demigod, prabhavan, origin, opulences, na, never, maharishaya, great sages, aham, I am, adi, the origin, he certainly, devanam, of the demigod, maharinam, rishanam, of the great sages, cha, also, sarvasa, in all respects. Translation: Neither has the hosts of demigods nor the great sages know my origin or opulences, for in every respect I am the source of the demigods and sages. Purport: As stated in the Brahma Samhita, Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord. No one is greater than him. He is the cause of all causes. Here it is also stated by the Lord personally that he is the cause of all demigods and sages. Even the demigods and great sages cannot understand Krishna. They can understand neither his name nor his personality. So what is the position of the so-called scholars of this tiny planet? No one can understand why this supreme God comes to earth as an ordinary human being and executes such wonderful, uncommon activities. One should know then that scholarship is not the qualification necessary to understand Krishna. Even the demigods and the great sages have tried to understand Krishna by their mental speculation, and they have failed to do so. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, also it is stated that it is clearly said that even the great demigods are not able to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They can speculate to the limits of their imperfect senses and can reach the opposite conclusion of the impersonalism of something not manifested by the three qualities of material nature, or they can imagine something by mental speculation, but it is not possible to understand Krishna by such foolish speculations. Here the Lord indirectly says that if anyone wants to know the absolute truth, here I am present as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I am the Supreme. One should know this, although one cannot understand the inconceivable Lord who is personally present, he nonetheless exists. We can actually understand Krishna, who is eternal, full of bliss and knowledge, simply by studying his words in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. The conception of God as some ruling power or as the impersonal Brahma can be reached by persons who are in the inferior energy of the Lord. But the personality of Godhead cannot be conceived unless one is in the transcendental position. Because most men cannot understand Krishna in his actual situation, out of his causeless mercy, he descends to show favor to such speculators. Yet, despite the Supreme Lord's uncommon activities, these speculators, due to contamination in the material energy, still think that the impersonal Brahman is the Supreme. Only the devotees who are fully surrendered unto the Supreme Lord can understand by the grace of the Supreme Personality that he is Krishna. The devotees of the Lord do not bother about the impersonal Brahman conception of God. Their faith and devotion bring them to surrender immediately unto the Supreme Lord, and out of the causeless mercy of Krishna, they can understand Krishna. No one can understand him, so even great sages agree. What is Atma? What is the Supreme? It is he whom we have to worship. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
beautiful. This is beautiful. So, Name Vidhu Suragana Prabhavam Na Maharshaya Aham Adihi Devanam Maharshinam Cha Sarvasa. Beautiful verse. Sometime even I had a doubt. How is that? Demigod doesn't know. Name Vidhu. I'm not known. Krishna says directly, Name Vidhu. If I cannot accept Krishna's word as it is, problem is with me, not Krishna or what is faith? It's like I'm not agreeing, accepting. That little free will to choose to accept or not accept coming from Krishna. For he has given to us for our right. Krishna will not intervene. He will never choke them or take away. That is up to us. Well, I don't know if I can accept everything. That's up to you. That's where the problem comes. But if we deeply think, my God, this little choice making, coming from the free will, is given by him. Because you cannot, just like Prabhupada says, you cannot put a gun on a girl's forehead and say, you love me or I'll kill you. That's how Prabhupada said when devotee asked the value of free will. Because the girl has a choice to love or not love. Krishna gave us that free will. Free will means a choice we make. Okay, I believe everything Krishna says. Good. Then you are devotee. Well, I cannot accept everything he says. Then you are like seeker. You're not real devotee yet. Devotee means they will accept Krishna as it is. Sometimes you think like, why? Even Duryodhana, at the last moment, he saw his 99 brothers died. They were brutally killed by Bhima. And Bhima finally came to kill him. And Duryodhana left the battlefield. He went little far. And then there was a lake. And he went underwater. Krishna cares for every soul. Not that Krishna cares only the Pandavas. Of course, when you surrender, then Krishna give you a special protection. You are here on his behalf. But if you don't want to, then Krishna may not give you that shelter. Then it's because you want to be on your own. Duryodhana asked, if you are a god, Ari Baba, why you ask Nivedita Atma, Bichikir, Shitome? That verse explained that if you are God, why you are always helping the Pandavas? And Krishna revealed, just to let you know, I am God. I am the supreme provider. I am the only supreme provider. He did not say I am the supreme provider. I am the only. There is no second. Even Balaram, Narayan, these are servants. So, did it change Duryodhana's? No, Krishna did not choke or take away his free will. Krishna let him, but he didn't surrender. Srila Prabhupada is very kind. I can feel it just by reading the purport in one purport of Bhagavatam in third canto. Prabhupada says, when Krishna saw Duryodhana fell dead, you may think like, isn't like Krishna told the Bhima could not really kill Duryodhana, because he got sealed body by his mother's tapasya, austerity power. She glanced over, except that private part. And you may say, Prabhus and mothers, take advantage of Krishna in your life right now. Actually, Pandava could not win the war if it was not Krishna. Yes, they are devotee, but it is Krishna with them made the war success. Bhima did not know that Duryodhana cannot be killed because his mother had a power of Satitya, chastity, so powerful. She told her son, come with naked body in the morning to see me. I never saw you. From birth, she never saw. But she will see and she will give all her power to seal the body of this eldest son. Krishna comes in the middle, all of a sudden, from nowhere. Hari, Duryodhana, what is this? You are going naked? You are a grown-up man. Well, Vasudev, they call Krishna Vasudev. My mother told me to come naked. Okay, but you are grown up, have little courtesy of covering your private part. It is not proper looking. It is Krishna alone deserve all the credit. Bhima could not kill him. Could not. It is not possible. Krishna actually shown him. Now you may say like Krishna is behind this. So how can Krishna being impartial? He is impartial. But because the devotee who takes shelter of him, he is reciprocating them. Nobody, if there is a fruit tree on the road, some people say, I don't want to eat the fruit right now, even though I'm hungry, I'll just cross the street. It's another 10 miles and walk. He may get completely exhausted after 10-mile walk. Oh, I wish I did. Now, is that the fault of the tree that he did not eat fruits from the tree? Some people took shelter of the tree, ate the fruit, rested a little bit, and then walk. But some people know they suffered. Is that the fault of the tree? No. Tree is liberal. Krishna is like that. Prabhus and Mother, every day we should take advantage of Krishna. We should pray, my Lord, accept me, allow me to serve. Thank you for giving the facility through Prabhupada and ISKCON to come back to you. We should appreciate and express our gratitude. Then Krishna will be with you. So Prabhupada writes that even though Krishna, literally created that scenery, but after Duryodhana died, Krishna was not happy. Krishna revealed to him, I am the proprietor, I am the supreme God, I alone own everything. And these Pandavas are my devotee. They deserve to rule the Krishna, Prabhus and Mother, when Krishna finally Yudhishthira Maharaj came, the opposite party died. Krishna did not take the kingdom. He is not looking for kingdom. He wants to glorify the devotee. That, hey, soul, you will be happy if you become devotee. You will be happy. It's not that Krishna needs it. Krishna doesn't need. So it is very important. We should think like that. Krishna was not happy at the end because he wanted Duryodhana to come back to him. Come back and surrender. Say, okay, since you are Supreme Lord, please tell me what to do. That's all. Simple. Simple. Can you imagine you meet face to face? God is asking you. You could just say, okay, I'm sorry. I was against you. Please accept me and allow me to serve. That's it. Done. Sure, Duryodhana could rule the world. But this little minute free will we have, why? Submission is required. Then our affection for Krishna will come. Okay, we'll end here and looking forward to see you all next Wednesday with text 3. Anyone has any thing to share? Any one line or any word? Okay. If none, then looking forward to see you all next Wednesday. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare
Srila
Hare.
Prabhupada
Pada
ki
ki
jai.
jai.
Sri Ram Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.